Welcome to the Experience Podcast. My name is Dennis, and I'm very, very grateful to be here with you today and also Neal. If you're new to this channel, make sure that you comment, like, subscribe, and share this video. And also make sure that you go through the description of this video, as there are a lot of events that are very, very transformational that are going to be listed below in the description. And with that, I'm just going to give it over to Neal. I'm very grateful to be here, and I'm just going to let him introduce himself.
Hey, my name is Neal. Neal's not who I am. Neal is just this label that was placed upon me. And when people say Neal, I acknowledge that somebody's speaking to who I am, and I respond. Who am I? It's a high quality question. It's a question one can ask themselves. Who I am is a multi-dimensional, infinite spiritual being who is expressing through a human body. I'm a child of God the Father. I'm a member of the body of Christ. I'm a coach, and I assist conscious people in their 20s exit the matrix and be with their soul family. And if you're interested in this type of engagement of like actually letting go of the stories, actually letting go of the bullshit, the belief systems, actually starting to reprogram your mind to be God focused and to start to move and take steps in the direction of community living and land stewardship and home stewardship and being in harmony with nature. Um, have you ever been in a situation where you were at was not where you envisioned yourself being at, let's say like a year from now? Well, if you are someone that is consciously uh, operating in this world, then I'm a person who can assist you in exiting that old system and stepping into a new system, which is a God-oriented system. And it's a inner guidance system where you tap into yourself and you tap into the kingdom within. And from the kingdom within, you can express through your word and actually generate change and generate movement and navigate a reality that is based in reality rather than the matrix, which is based on illusion and delusion and lies and deception. The reality I can assist you with is a reality of truth, first of all. And then, second of all, it's a reality of full surrender and letting go of the illusions and the stories and the perceptions and the expectations and the opinions and the my truths. So, if you're interested in the reality of experiencing a reality of peace, of joy, and of connection, reach out to me via Snapchat and reach out to me by email and send me a Snapchat or send me an email that says natural balance, and we'll get on a call and we'll talk. My Snapchat's in the description, my email's in the description, and like Dennis spoke to, there's also many other events in the description. One of these events is Natural Balance Masterclass, which is a 1 hour masterclass that Neal, is hosting every Monday at 5 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time. So this is an opportunity, and that is a star fruit.
And it is very good.
So, word. What are we using our word for?
Two things: life or death.
Say more.
We're either using our words to create or destroy. So the first thing is, are we building Satan's kingdom or are we building God's kingdom? And if we're doing anything that's related to the dollar, anything that's related to feeding into the system, we are not building God's kingdom. And so when we're building God's kingdom, we're actually looking around and we're like, wow, like I am a child of God. I am a king. I am a queen. And then we ask ourselves high quality questions. What does a king or a queen do? What do they see? What do they feel? And do they have their hearts open to feel? Um, are they listening to God in every moment, or at least having that desire? Because if it's anything other than that, we're not building God's kingdom. And so, going back to word. So, the two worlds that we're creating are either we're tearing down or we are building up. And so, yes. And so, those are the questions to ask ourselves is, are we building or are we destroying? And from there, there's infinite possibilities. But that's the fundamental.
Mm. That's very fundamental. That's like baseline level, right? Initiation, ready to begin. From you've got tearing down or building up. Ground. All right, level one. All right, so now that we have level one, we have tearing down with word or building up with word. And just to acknowledge, there's no judgment here. Like you can do both. You can literally use your word to just destroy and manipulate and control and have fun. And you can also literally use your word to create and to contribute and connect and to love and have fun. So that's important because it's the judgment of one or the other that will perpetuate the thing that you're judging. And
gold.
If you and when you're judging one or the other, it is affecting the one that you're judging, and it has more impact on you on the inside than it does on the thing that you're judging. So when you let go of the judgment, you might be doing it for the thing that you're judging, but you are becoming lighter and freer and more open and expanded as you release judgment within yourself, because you don't actually judge somebody using their word to tear themselves apart. You judge the aspect inside of yourself that's controlling, or you judge the aspect inside of yourself that's manipulative, or you judge the aspect inside of yourself that is attached to outcome and that has yeah. So it's you that you're judging, and so when you stop judging you stop judging the other thing. And then not only is the other thing free, you're free. And as a byproduct, you can actually now navigate, because when you're in judgment, like you're kind of, you're only able to navigate up until your judgment. And then your judgment's like a wall. And so you're like navigating, and then you hit the wall of judgment. And then until you release it, you're navigating is kind of like guided or almost in direct correlation to your ability to release your judgment is your capacity to be able to accurately navigate reality with discernment.
Because if we're in, that's badass. Like everything just got shared in the last 2 minutes, go back and push rewind, because that right there is a recipe for freedom that Neal just shared. Like it's an absolutely fucking 100% guaranteed recipe if you want to feel more freedom, more peace, love, and joy. If you don't want to do that, then just continue watching the video. And if you do want to do that, continue to watch the video. So both are very relevant. And I see 2 people here watching right now. Thank you very much, because you could be doing anything. And I appreciate you.
Yeah, it's like time is invaluable. So literally, I could say, well, if you give me $60 for this hour, like I'll do this thing, but you're never getting that hour back. And so what the thing is that you're doing, is it something like worthwhile that's gonna either be a contribution in the future? All right, well, if that's the case, why are you like, what's happening in the future? And like, yes, we can take steps in the moment, but so what my point is that if I take a step in the moment, have the step that I'm taking in the moment be something that is fulfilling in the moment, and have it be in the orientation of what I'm committed to, but not be so focused on what I'm committed to, but just being present in the moment and taking the step. And with that, the thing that I'm committed to, the commitment, all right, the goal.
That is the third rung on this. So if there were steps, it's that's the third rung. Yeah, the first step is the word. The second step is the uh, using the word for life or death. So that's the second. And now what I'm just heard is that the third one is to have something that you're moving towards. You're moving in some kind of a direction with, it's not an end goal, but
I'm calling it a topic.
a topic. Okay.
Or also a commitment and a goal. Yeah,
So
we don't need to put an end on it, but it can be a goal. It can be a focus point. It can be a topic. It can be a commitment. All these things.
So, like for mine, I'm just going to use an example. Mine is to be in peace, love, and joy in every moment, and to be restoring God's kingdom here on earth. So, if I'm doing any one of those in the moment, it's now like, okay, so I'm moving in that direction, and now the words that come out of my mouth, are they congruent as they go out? Are they congruent with getting me closer to the direction that I'm committed to walking in, to where my commitments and my covenants are? And that's the third rung. So, depending on what you're committed to, uh, if your moments are unfolding in such a way that the fruits are that you're getting closer to that, um, that is the register with which I measure whether or not I am moving in that direction of where I want to go.
What's the register?
Of the fruits, looking at the
Oh,
fruits. So that would be step number 4 in my humble assessment.
yeah. So why do we as spirits, why do we need a topic, or why do we need a goal, or why do we need a focus point? I think we need it to specifically, because if we don't have a focus point, it's like the natural balance, the natural order, uh, like it can and does navigate into chaos when when there's no focus point. Because when all the parts aren't focused, chaos is natural. And when each part is focused, natural balance is natural. And so I think this focus, this goal, is essential for maintaining a degree of order. And this order, I think, doesn't necessarily need to be like order all the time. The order can look like chaos in a moment, but in the chaos, there's divine choreography that's going on that is orderly, that is only as a result of focus. And what might that focus be? Well, that focus might be fear, it might be sadness, that focus might be grief. Your goal might be grief. That's maybe all the thing you're focusing on. Well, how do you know if that's your goal? Well, if that's what you're focusing on, then that's your goal. So what's your goal? It's what you're focusing on a lot of the time. But it's not it is that, but it's more than that. It's also you declare it, you commit to it. Hey, this is my goal. But you navigate it, and you walk and step through it by focusing on it, and you magnetize it to you. So when the parts of the whole are focused, order is what's natural.
I got something on the goals and the words.
Mm.
I just want to add to what that was beautifully said. And I just want to add to one thing you said about goals. If you are constantly sick and you call and you get on the cell phone and you call other people that are constantly sick, and you're like, oh my gosh, or even when you're in a conversation, if you're in a conversation and you find yourself speaking about certain things that you don't like about yourself, well, I'm here to break the news to you that that's your goal, is thinking less of yourself rather than being a king or a queen. So I just wanted to drop that in.
Why do we need a topic, Dennis? Why do we need a focus point? What I just articulated is that we need it because that is what maintains a level of order. And I think it can sometimes look like chaos in the moment, but I think the order is still there because of the focus point. And so the focus point might be grief or sadness or fear, but I think it could also be like joy. And I think the focus point could be contribution. I think the focus point could be presence as a goal, as a thing to, you're being it, but you're also embodying it as your, it's a focus point. The focus point could also be God. So you're moving through God as you're becoming one with God. So it's and then so you're like, so that's why it can you can focus, you can have grief be your God. You can just focus on grief and then have that be your goal. And then, there's more grief. Yeah, put the black clothes on today because that's what we're focusing on. Well, if you're focusing on God and actually having God, or even if you're focusing on love and actually having love be your goal, having God be your goal, you may be putting the white clothes on and with that focus and actually walking through God, remembering God, like being in union as you're moving through all that is. And so I'll ask the question again, and I'll briefly articulate again, like, why do we as spirits need a topic? Why do we need a goal? And I'm declaring that a goal maintains a degree of order, even though it sometimes looks chaotic.
So my response to that question is why we need a topic. I don't believe we do. I don't believe we do need a topic. Like, I can literally express myself by just sitting here, and the topic will naturally unfold because us being is an expression of God. Like, God is experiencing through us. And so when I'm sitting here with no topic and I'm hearing the birds sing and I'm watching the leaves flutter in the wind and hear the insects. I don't believe we do need a topic because naturally the topic will just arise from whatever it is. And whatever it is just God. So God's literally expressing through us as we observe with our observe and feel, we can see the majesty and the beauty of God expressing through us as us. Or like through us, and as we see out there, we see the beauty out there, like we see God out there. So that's I'm proposing that we don't need a topic. And also what I'm seeing is that I have a commitment to peace, love, and joy. So I guess that is my topic because every moment I'm moving in that direction. So like I can sit here right now and I can observe and I can just feel God's love and his peace and his joy without there being a topic, because the topic that I have is the one that I've committed. I'm actually saying that the commitment, all right, the commitment, that's what it is. It's a commitment.
Would you call a commitment topic?
Yes.
So, you watching, what's your topic? What are you committed to? Drop in the comments. Like, leave a comment. Leave what's your topic? If there's something you're committed to. Are you committed to sadness? Leave a comment. Let us know. Are you committed to love? Are you committed to God? What are you committed to? Be sure and leave a comment. And so you expressed something that like flared up inspiration inside of Neal. And the something was that when you have a topic, when you have this focus point, it is what you're focused on. And you watching now, you now have a topic. If you've taken just like even 3 or 5 or 15 seconds or possibly a minute, and you've looked inside of yourself and you've gone and asked yourself, hey, what am I focusing on? If you've done that, you've got a topic. And if you've got a topic, you've got a goal. And so now you know what your goal is. So do you like what your goal is? And if you like what your goal is, keep focusing on it. If you want to change your goal, choose something new to focus on. And what I just heard from you, Dennis, was that you committed to something. You have a topic of peace, love, and joy, and you have this focus point. And through this focus point, you don't even think about focusing on it. Your inherent focus is on it. Your unconscious, subconscious is tuned to peace, love, and joy. And as a result, you're experiencing peace, love, and joy, and you're focusing on it so much inside that you're focusing on it outside now.
Exactly. As within, so without.
I feel complete. So the degree to which we surrender and let go of our judgment is the degree that something larger, higher, loving can and does express through us. I love you. Peace.